When you need to send the perfect rose bouquet, only one brand can say they've been the floral authority for 50 years. 1-800-Flowers. Why should you trust 1-800-Flowers? They hand-select every stem to ensure top quality. And with nationwide delivery, smiles and satisfaction are 100% guaranteed. And right now, when you order a dozen multicolored roses, we'll double it at no extra cost. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Order today at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
And good morning. It is Car Con Carne, sponsored by C&H Financial Services. Business owners are continuing to figure out how to navigate in and around the coronavirus, and C&H is here to help. They offer a variety of products, which range from traditional merchant accounts to a zero-cost payment processing solution, which eliminates the expense associated with accepting Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express as a form of customer payment. C&H Financial Services eTap solution is easy to set up for your business for online ordering and curbside pickup. C&H also offers cost-effective commercial lending programs, which can help get your business the money it needs to make it through these unprecedented times. To learn more, contact C&H Financial Services at 855-600-2437 or go to chfs.us. My guest today, we first came to know as the frontperson of Howling Bells. Now, Juanita Stein, weeks away from the release of your third solo album. It is afternoon where you are. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
It is. Good morning. I have the world's largest iced coffee.
That's about my typical size coffee too.
Yeah, this is proof that it's 8:33 Chicago time.
Yeah, I mean, especially these days, they're getting bigger and bigger.
They have to. So
yes.
Let's start by talking about some of your new music. L.O.T.F, Land of the Free. The video for this. First of all, the song is cool as hell, but the video has you playing guitar, backlit by a pickup truck in the brush in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
it totally fits the vibe of the song. Tell me about Land of the Free.
So the whole record is it's very nostalgic in the sense that it's basically an ode to my father who passed away last year, and a lot of the songs are me looking back into my life. And we grew up in Sydney, Australia. And, I have a very, very strong connection to the land and the country, even though I've been living in England for about 15 years now. So that song is a particular kind of homage to the experience of growing up in such a spacious and really blessed land, and it's kind of me looking back with a bitter tinge and kind of really missing that space, especially now.
For sure. Let me see if I can share just a second or two of the video, because it is really cool as I master technology here, but there it is. That just, it looks cool. It sounds cool. It's bluesy. It's distorted.
Yeah.
It's a rockin' little song.
Yeah. I mean, we grew up in a mostly blues folk household. So everything's always got to have a little, if not a lot of blues in it.
So did the location, the field, does that help tell the story of Land of the Free?
You mean of where we filmed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually filmed on the same piece of land as the recording studio where I made the record, which is kind of out in the middle of the like cornfields. And so it had it felt very appropriate for the song, and it didn't look very dissimilar to parts of Australia. So we just went out there one night with the truck and the three of us, and all we had were the lights of the car to backlight us.
See, the pandemic is forcing people to be innovative and creative in all kinds of different ways. You can't get a full film crew out there, so light it up with a truck.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I've made 6 videos now of this record, and I would never, ever, ever have done that if it wasn't for lockdown.
See, I think because of the pandemic, it's going to force or allow artists to be more inventive with video work, because without touring, how else can artists express themselves? A video seems like a very natural thing because everyone is empowered to do it. We have video recorders in our pockets.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing we invested in was I forget the technical word, but it's like a steady cam for an iPhone. So it just kind of keeps it steady. And my husband shot all the videos, and we came up with little ideas. And then once we got all the footage, I'd sit at home for a couple.
You're freezing up, and I think we lost you there for a second. Talking to Juanita Stein. A new solo album comes out on October 23rd. It'll be called Snapshot. She is frozen, and it's a terrible position to be frozen in. Hopefully we didn't lose her. So the video I just showed a clip of, Land of the Free, it's so good. It's got the grit and grime and bluesy vibe. I highly recommend, after you're done watching this or listening to this, you check that out. Also, there are more videos, as she mentioned, that she created for the album. The Mavericks, which I wanted to get into. The title track, Snapshot. Oh, she's gone. Hopefully we get her back. We'll see if that works. This is clearly live. This is one of the tricky parts of our new Zoom-driven culture. I should, while I have time to kill, hoping that she jumps back on, I should mention what's coming up on Car Con Carne tonight at 9:00. I'll be recording with Chicago band Diagonal, who I love. They're psychedelic, they're post-punk, they're just cool sounding band. Tomorrow night, Chicago area pop punk band Wilmette will be joining me as they have a new album. I think it comes out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And then next week, I'm thrilled about this. Steve Kilby, the voice of the band The Church. The Church. I've loved The Church for decades. I'll be talking with him. I'll also be talking to author Scott Cohen. Chicago band The Head of a Girl will be joining me next week. And it looks like I clearly lost Juanita Stein. Oh my God. So I'm going to kill the Facebook Live. What a drag. Well, she was fun for a couple minutes. That was a good brief moment in time. I need more coffee at this point. So thank you for watching this super short interview. Maybe I'll be back with her. Maybe not. I don't know. Thank you. All right. This time we mean it. Juanita Stein, my guest, back. It would not be a recording during a pandemic if there wasn't some kind of Zoom issue. One out of every three Zoom calls, I have some kind of connectivity, microphone setup, video setups. So you froze, and then true to Halloween season, you ghosted me. Okay,
I did. I'm practicing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So previously on Car Con Carne, we were talking about the Land of the Free video, and that was bringing me to the video. You mentioned you shot a few videos in support of the new album, Snapshot. The Mavericks, from a visual perspective, is the opposite of Land of the Free. This bright, sunny, hilly landscape. Yeah. Total contrast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the limited experience that we had, we wanted to try as best as we could to, mirror the song. And the Mavericks is very sweeping. It's very open. It's, a lot folkier. And I kind of wanted to hit we have some, stunning landscape around here in the South. So we just hit some beautiful valleys near our house.
Snapshot, on the other hand, not really a outdoor scape, so to speak, but it has this trippy psychedelic vibe that completely fits.
Yeah, that was our attempt at green screen. So
I love it.
We literally hung up a green bed sheet in the room and just effed with it on iMovie afterwards to see what we could do. But you really gotta just play it by ear with that stuff.
See, and this is so emblematic of the 21st century music making in 2020. Record companies all around the world have to be just dying knowing that musicians are so empowered to do something. They're figuring everything out. They don't need the bankroll or the BS. You can do this all DIY and do it effectively.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think we're entering, there's a double-edged sword with technology and the era that we're in, which is that we have unprecedented freedom with technology. And of course, with that comes some pretty terrifying stuff as well. But on the positive side, artists now have, unbelievable freedom at their fingertips in terms of what you can now create. And you're not, previously I felt you can feel strangled by record labels and directors and producers, etc. And now you can honestly do everything yourself.
It's empowering.
Mm-hmm.
Snapshot is the title track. It's the name of the album. Mm-hmm. And it quite literally, from my understanding, it's a snapshot of everything that came before.
Yeah.
Living with your dad, growing up.
Yeah, it was. And the title track is about trying to freeze frame, the most beautiful memory that you can of that person who you love so much, you've lost, which so many of us have. And I didn't want to lose that image. And that's what the song was about. And I felt like that was pretty symbolic of the rest of the album, hence the title.
Now, if you freeze up and disappear again, I just want to say this now. You've been a lovely guest. Thank you for doing this. You're amazing. The new release is Snapshot. Just in case, I want to get that out of the way. So here's the end of the interview. That's Juanita Stein. New album, Snapshot, October 23rd. Okay, just in case Zoom messes up again. This is your third solo album in 4 years. Clearly, you have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Was the approach different to making this album? Because you're cranking them out.
Yeah, it was really different. The first two I recorded in the States. The first one in LA. The second one in Austin. Both times using musicians who I'd more or less met that week. So it was a very different experience for me than having been in Howling Bells, where I was with the same three guys for like 10 years. And I really wanted to throw myself into a different scenario. With this one, I felt like because it was so personal and it was such a traumatic period of time for me, I needed to be with people that I trusted, that I loved. My brother came in and played guitar. And the producer, Ben Hillier, his studio is like, 30 minutes from here. So I kind of wanted to take the time with this one and not throw myself so haphazardly into it as I did the others.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Your solo debut came 3 years ago. That was America. Your songs have always had almost a visual feel to me. Just I'll Cry, single from America, plays like a movie to me in my head.
Yeah.
Did the lyrics come before the music?
Sometimes, but mostly the music, mostly the guitar parts, mostly the melody. Is all my favorite songs in the world, all my favorite songwriters are all outrageously melodic, and I feel like if the melody's not there, then the only people that can keep me there without a melody are Dylan or Leonard Cohen. But otherwise I want everything to sound like the Beach Boys,
Well, I love going back to America. I love the Americana, the hazy vibe throughout the album. Cold Comfort is a favorite on that one. That's got that old country feel to it. I mean,
my dad wrote that song. That was the one that he wrote for the record. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So you grew up in a musical home. Yeah.
So he was a straight up musician, singer-songwriter, and we grew up watching him play shows and make records, and so he introduced us to everything good, everything we know. Yeah,
that's the job of a parent.
Exactly. Just
make sure your kids hear all the good stuff.
Yeah, that's all that matters. The rest we'll figure out.
It's been 14 years since the first Howling Bells album, which still holds up, by the way.
Thanks.
I mean, songs like Low Happening and Setting Sun, I mean, they still hold up.
Yeah.
Does that seem like a million years ago to you?
Yeah, it does. it does. I mean, it would be like me asking you, I guess, I don't know. Tell me about your girlfriend in high school or your boyfriend. I don't know, or your first diary entry. It's those songs were released 14 years ago, but some of them I wrote 20 years ago or something. So very, very, very wonderful, wonderful memories from recording that record and touring that record, and I'm still great friends with everyone, and it's definitely cemented in my history, in my life of making music. It's had a very big impact.
So as you are a very prolific solo artist at this point, Howling Bells is completely in the rearview mirror?
Not necessarily. I mean, like I said, Joel, who played guitar, he came in and played on this record, and Glenn's going to I'm planning on doing a live stream for the album release soon, and he'll play on that. So we're all in contact and playing, and we're constantly talking about, maybe doing a reunion tour kind of thing. But I think in terms of getting back on the road and schlepping our gear around, I don't know that that's going to happen again.
For sure. All right. So Juanita Stein, the solo album, the new release, Snapshot, comes out in just a few weeks. We could see the videos, get a little preview of it all over the internet. You're a fantastic songwriter. I'm glad we had a chance to talk today.